I have seen people wasted because the kind of marriage they planned that it would be didn't go the way it is. Entered the marriage so beautiful. After 4 years, you can't behold them. It's literally wasted. And there are some to that wedding day, who share the wedding day pictures. Now share now, which we say Jesus Christ. One coming was sorry. Or to throw or control BBR. Your marriage must not and is not your choice. Anyone that married by his or her own choice is swallowing some bitter pills they can't tell you now. If you enter wrongly, you will come out wrongly. Go back and let God speak. I know some of you are here. What to there must always be something special God placed in you to handle the human being he wants to give you. Otherwise, you can never stay together forever. God can give you the most impatient human being on earth. Why? Because he has put something inside of you to be able to handle. So never think that God will give you a perfect person. He will always give you somebody you have the grace to handle. No marriage is perfect. Don't deceive yourself. The actors in this world are not the only ones in Hollywood movie and Kumawood. I tell you, the best actors are couples that you see in church and see at home and see in compound houses and see in the street. I tell you, they can act more than Majid. I tell you. Couples. Everybody learn acting when you marry. No, I won't tell you to go and ask. When you marry, I'll come and ask you. How your partner can fire you when you fire him and you are firing each other until you hear a knock. But in age, it is a little thing that will bring them together. This time, if a wife comes, my husband, I'll be watching. Can he now say, why? That was why? But she say, oh, come. Okay. Why? Okofia. Why a third person? I even went to see Papa. Papa said I should leave you, but me, there's something that tells me that, even Papa told me to go, but something told me to stay with you. That is why. The man was sitting there and said, Papa said, leave me. Hey. Let me advise you right now. Learn acting before you marry. Because you will act many times. Amen. And it's not a sin. There are things that must be between only you. Yes, no matter the heat, even children must not see. So if you find the children coming, and you are coming, you think I'll tell you that there is no fight at all in marriage? Degrees. You will be you will be more so that's the end of fight. That's as far as they can go. There are some too that they insult each other. There are some too that blows are there. Wait talk now we are to wait talk now we are to. Never let any woman tell you that she's not strong. Never let any woman tell you that she's not strong. Let her be angry with her lover. Where the grace will come from to fight, it will shock you. There are those who fight with blows. There are those who go beyond fighting with blows to picking things to strike. And there are those who destroy home. That's the highest level of the madness. They Okonu occupy TV. Meanwhile, you are the one that was telenovela. Was sell laptop, was cell phone, was say we Adebechi. So how do we get the TV? In God giving you a partner, never think that the person will be 100%. No, the person number one will not be you. Listen to me, you are coming from a different background. You should understand it. As at now, my wife has not been able to convince me to eat on dining table. She has tried her best. It's not working. Why? Adia, Yeah, they are teaching me 30 years. What did they never say? Me iPad is here, me phone da, me didi na me ye bibi fufo, me we ya be fa comment to ade me ye so. It's beautiful. And I let's sit on dining table and no kwat me and to 3 months. The problem is say the otite one atete me. What is your problem? There are certain general things that husbands and wives must do together. Other ones are customized. So don't go and listen to somebody's own that says that when I'm serving, my wife is serving me, she adds fruit juice to it, she adds leaves to it, she adds desserts to it, she adds this, and now on so coffee what can we because we really do buy it we really buy and also when you so what you need now you the say we are the juice to see who you the way see who those ones are customized. Oba no ntete ya wonya ye no ye ko ware ni free baby a juice go fridge bibia si fridge and ye de buy into ono so obeware ne kunu a onwa de kronti on fa juice on kan but wo yire baby o free bano juice nya common. Listen, those things are customized. Yanti and one say we are all coming from different backgrounds. It's not their fault. There were maids at home helping. There were mothers to wash for them. It's not their fault. And though she is a woman, but she cannot really cook like other women can cook. Don't blame her as a snapper and a massa normal winning our buy. So you see, you don't force such a woman by all means to be the best regarding putting home together. There will be lapses, but anything that does not directly bring down your destiny shouldn't be your concern that much. Probably will fear will free mobile. There be a mommy clinic kitchen. Umami yesi, umami yesi, umami yesi. Listen to me. So ko worry oba. Unti me cleaning every day. Sir, it that me cleaning no will not add up to your finances. Me cleaning will not add up to your impact in life. Don't treat it as though your destiny is on it. Don't treat it, and I want cleaning her, and I want you say, oh, here now de kasao. Anything that will not directly affect your destiny, don't let it affect the marriage. Fa krokro sister or partner. Fa krokro kakra sa. Nowadays, sister or partner. Don't force your partner because of an experience at home. Baby, I will free back. This is what my home, that's my family that, and my family this, and my family. Anytime I'm talking to people, I'm counseling people, that they start saying, and my wife was not this, and my husband was not this, me, this is what my father. Your husband is not your father. Being my kind of family I'm coming from, my kind of this I'm coming from, my kind of that I'm coming from. Listen to me. That is why the Bible says that you will leave your father and mother. Living is not only geographical area. Leave their principles, leave their ideas, leave their systems, leave everything that they used to run, and go and build a new one with someone else. That is what the living is about. You leave every principle at home. And my family, we used to wake up at 4 a.m. to do morning devotion. As powerful as morning devotion is, don't kill your marriage because your partner is not ready for it. Find another way. Boom boom. Because who person kumwa warrior? Who person? Wow. Auntie auntie me mommy oh. Auntie auntie me mommy. Once obi the devotion person kumna warrior. Mim peneda. So one sorry for okro na obetima ye ni 8. Enwa warrior. And say our say what cool boasia enche obewura fall. The hearness obey. So also crocona no be any 3 mpa maninye. 3 p.m. not the Bible say we morning devotion. Enya hwe maninye. Kakran kakrobeti so about 12 p.m. Na ko 10 a.m. Na ko 8 a.m. Ebedru 4 a.m. But don't destroy the marriage. Say when men kasare. I said men kasare me chino. Who jai we are. Also 14 aware. Mimi nya me yo. Go jai there and help him or her. Over time, what the Bible and your foot through near cross obedi wechi asaba sorry. Find out the problem. Come to church and come and tell the leadership of the church. He say, me kuno si wa ma sorry, me yiri si wa ma sorry, but me shena ni problem ni. Obi ye ni say, obi tia ne naso. O say ya me hwehwe no. O say, enti sofu mu fa kwan bi so. Mu betima ye ni say, obesa aba. Nyansafo no no. Enkogu wa ware because obi si won si asore dem. So wa ware egu a asore beto aso. Nyame pese wani kum wa ware ho. Oyire na nyame de ma wo no. Opese wotete yire no di kopie heaven. Opese wotete kunu no di kopie heaven. Eno nya by force. Yemfa mayanka fo sika nkosi ne so. Say so nyame by force. There be nipa ho ahomete. People are complex. That is why no marriage is safe and insulated from crisis. They will come, but you must always locate what God has placed in you to handle the crisis. The most complicated human beings on earth are called pastors. We hear romance, no work scriptures. You don't make a choice like you allow God to give you the one he has given you grace to handle. You see, there are people who cry, wow, what to be say, listen, Ushia Obama wa bontia man and money perfume no and how Osoriano Pano Kasagusu Abesu. There are crises in marriage, but everybody is giving grace to handle someone. Everybody is giving grace. So you must now locate your grace, so that if God brings you the someone, you won't question. Because many of you don't know the grace you carry. Nipa na ohun nice is ano. Ada obe hu the crisis ube dwane. Obi wo wa we still will be nyina obeba no arimu nam nyina. The crisis no. Or no, my problem on any war free titi. Or my problem on any war free titi. You know, and say, oh, who nama on to mention. Oh, young quite a moon numbesa. We are still a moon numbesa. Oh, Nimu yan and kakra. Mil be worry me when your problem. Minima biani and ye daddy. I'd rather be hungry. Anyone around me know. Not come to me, no, but the Diani Yami didn't mean. Nipa ya mwa humeti. Timire so beto ne boas. No aye to my taste. Opo an problem dey say nipa wo ye na hintem. But God will give you the grace to handle it. And he said otwe ne ho na ho ye na hia. God has given you a grace that you can live a lonely life for a while. Because he said ne bo beto ne yem. The button yam so God have given you a grace to bring him back. Obi say hey. I can the button yam na wo dey asha say oh. No matter how bad a human is, there is somebody that carry grace for that one person. This is what we don't know. You carry grace. You are anointed. There are a group of people scattered. If you go to Mexico now, you will find one of them there. That God will find a way to connect you to the person. If you go to India, you will find an Indian that you have grace for. If you come to this church and want to marry in this church, if you want God to help you choose, he will give you somebody who has the grace for, who has the attitude that your grace can help. Wherever you find yourself, if only you allow God to help you choose. Because human beings are complex. And then if God gives you somebody to stay in, number one, you should expect crisis. And number two, if the crisis shows up, one of the things that you must know and hold tight in your heart, don't destroy yourself trying to get back at your partner. Don't lose statuses at the face of crisis. Don't lose your Christianity because you are trying to work out your marriage. There are people who have lost status together with losing their marital status. There are some people who were not immoral, but they just want to get at their partners. So they go out of themselves and begin to sleep with anything they meet. Not because they love sexual activities, but because they just want to get back at their partners. That is why education in marriage is necessary. The devil will always use your partner to tempt you. The devil will always, I'm not saying sometimes, always. And you always have to harness the grace in you to handle those crises. Otherwise, those crises can turn you into a beast. If you have studied relationship for a long time, those who complain a lot end up becoming worse than the one they complain about. I have overstudied it. If people keep on bringing reports, people keep on bringing, hey, my husband, hey, my wife, hey, my husband, hey, my wife, over time, because they are too much consumed with the error of the person's life and they are not locating the grace in them to handle it, over time, they end up becoming worse. Even though they may not do the same thing the person is doing, but their response to what the person is doing become worse than what the person is doing. The person is committing immorality. It's bad. So as a wife, you keep on complaining, you keep on talking about it, you keep on doing this. Over time, then a thought begins to come. Why don't you poison him? You are about to do something that is worse than what he has done. Over time, you begin to wish, why doesn't he get accident and paralyzed? What you don't know is that there are some paralysis that makes people lose their potency. So will you be able to marry a man who cannot sleep with you again? But in the heat of your wickedness, you didn't see that you are worse than him. I'm not defending people in immorality, but I'm only talking to people who can check themselves so they don't become worse than the crisis that have showed up. One of the things we are dealing with now is this issue. Too many crises, but people are not locating the grace God has given them to handle it. Sometimes we begin to undermine that grace and term it differently. That some of you, God has given you patience. Then somebody comes and tell you that, why are you so patient concerning this thing? Are you a fool? Then suddenly you begin to feel you are a fool to be patient with your partner. But you don't know God specially gave you that partner to handle that. When Mary and Joseph was dating, what he didn't know was that Joseph was not just a common man. Joseph was a man that has something inside to be able to handle and take care of a woman carrying another man's pregnancy. Can you? The angel warned Joseph, don't sleep with her till she delivers. Carry her preciously, run away, bring her back if I send you a message. Take care of pregnancy that is not yours, and if you don't take it well, I'm watching you. So before the pregnancy happened, what that Mary didn't know was that Joseph was not just a fine man. He carries something that not many men can handle it. It's a grace. It was inside. I'm not saying you to go and get pregnant and be looking for a man who can know. There are men who have children. They have children, but they don't want to marry a woman with a child. Such a man does not have grace for certain things. Yeah, Christ said some of them are still looking for virgins. Listen, a man who pressure, if you find the one with the grace for your destiny, it's easy. There are some men who know within themselves that they are stubborn, and sometimes they are shocked that they have wives. Their wives have not left them, like they are shocked. But one thing we don't know is that there is something in the woman that can handle your stubbornness. And the same thing goes to some women. On what display we are no yeah, he has something inside.